Hello everybody, Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Today we are checking out the brand new Mega Evolution Elite Trainer box and seeing if you should buy, hold, or rip one of these bad boys open. These ETBs are currently going for roughly $100 on the secondary market. Chaos Rising is the latest Pokemon card set to be released very soon. You might actually be able to get into some pre-release tournaments for Chaos Rising right now if you check out your local card shop. This is a very strong set with the mascot Pokemon being Greninja. There is a Greninja Special Illustration Rare inside of this set, along with a Mega Ultra Rare, which is the gold version of the Greninja. There's some other SIR as well. I think the Cincino looks really solid. There's some other illustration rares too, and this is going to be a fun little set to open. There's not a ton of cards inside of the main set, which does make it a little bit easier to collect. After a couple of booster packs you're going to rip open, you're going to start seeing a lot of the same cards again and again. We got ourselves some pink Greninja sleeves. It's actually really well designed. Kudos to the team that designed the ETB because it actually looks really solid. This is probably one of the better designed ETBs that I've seen of them. The upside down Greninja classic from Ninja Spinner. And we got ourselves 9 booster packs to rip open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the promo card that you get inside is going to be a Fennekin Illustration Rare. Pretty solid. Doesn't really fit the theme of Chaos Rising, but it is adorable. A really cool illustration rare, especially since Fennekin is one of those starters that might not get the most love. You know, there are some people that like it. The little fire fox right there. Nice. Adorable. Great centering on this illustration rare. This is a really solid one. Probably one of the better ones that I've gotten recently. So we're going to leave this up right now. And let's rip open some booster packs of Chaos Rising and see what we think of the latest Pokemon card set. Obviously, Pokemon cards are super hot right now. I mean, this is a brand new modern ETB and it's already going for roughly $100. After the official release of Chaos Rising, I do expect the prices on these ETBs to drop a little bit. They'll probably go down to maybe as low as $80. I don't expect it to go much lower than that. If you check out your local Walmart or Target, you might be able to find some at $60. That would be an absolute blessing. We got ourselves our very first illustration rare, Tauros illustration. Nice. Tauros is one of my personal favorite Pokemon. Obviously, our ace trainer Ash has a lot of Tauros inside of his own personal group of Pokemon if you follow the series. And honestly, I think this is a strong set. It's a little bit on the smaller side. If you look at the main set, there's only 86 cards inside of it. So like I said, if you rip open a couple booster packs, which I already have for the Card Lounge podcast, you basically see a couple of the same ones again and again. Even with 9 booster packs, you're going to be seeing stuff like Sudowoodo and Deoxys, which is another basic, common, and rare inside of this set. You're going to see those again and again. There's only a couple of really big chase cards inside of this set, and they are big. The biggest one is still the Special Illustration Rare Greninja. That one's going to cost roughly $70-ish. I'm sorry, $700-ish right now on the secondary market. So it is a very strong hit. I do think that the Pokemon Company is doing the right thing with making, there's the regular Tauros, with making these sets a little bit smaller. We just saw that Avalugg, like I said. Because of the size of this set, you're going to be seeing a couple of the illustrations again and again, just because it's a very small set. A lot of these newer sets, such as Phantasmal Flames, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, and upcoming set, which is Pitch Black, they're all well under 100 cards. So because they're all under 100 cards, so a lot of these cards are going to be seen repeatedly. There's the Deoxys. I said for sure we're going to see that Deoxys, Ninetales, Quilladin into Mega Gallade EX. Will take that. Very solid ETB so far. For $100, I think it's a little bit too expensive. Realistically, you're going to want this ETB going for well below $80. And I do think that is a likely price point to hit. Certainly, Perfect Order ETBs were hitting close to $60 to $70. So I do think this specific ETB could probably drop down below 80. There's the Sudowoodo again. There's the Roxy's Performance again. There's the Delibird again. There's the Chespin again. So like I said, a lot of these Pokemon you're going to be seeing repeats of within the first 5 or 6 booster packs. It's a pretty small set. I don't think it's a set that you need to rip open hundreds of booster packs of. You're going to be seeing repeats within the first 5 booster packs. You really just want the illustration rares and special illustration rare. So I think this is one of those sets where you can get away with opening 1 ETB, getting your enjoyment out of it. If you pull yourself an illustration rare like I did, that's fantastic. If you don't, that's completely fine. But you don't need to rip open a ton of it. There's the Crobat again. Again, like we saw that Crobat earlier. It's a very small set, so the repeats are going to happen quite often, and 9 booster packs is not a ton. You basically need to pull yourself an SIR to get any level of true value out of the ETB. So that's why I think for over $100, I would not be picking this up any day. Froakie holographic reverse, Ho-Oh, at least that's a new holo rare right there. So I would probably just wait on it. I think a lot of people are currently waiting on it. They don't feel the need to pick it up right now. There are certainly people investing in Pokemons that are picking up sealed cases of Chaos Rising. I think that's also really excessive. The sealed cases of Chaos Rising, they're going for over $1,000 right now for a sealed case because there's a little bit of a sealed case premium. I wouldn't be picking it up. There's just better purchases. There's the Metang illustration rare that just fell right there. Very, very tangy. So 2 illustration rares inside of 9 booster packs is actually considered quite lucky. It's crazy to think, but that is above average, you know. It's crazy to think that just 2 illustration rares in 9 booster pack is considered above average hit. So I would be very excited with what we've gotten so far. 1 final booster pack here, and as you can see, we got lucky, and I really don't think we got to the average value. You know, you really want to reach $100 worth of value from 9 booster pack. You got to be extremely lucky. We got Esper, Emma, which is a repeat, Deoxys, I think, again, a repeat. Oh my goodness, the double Skuntank right there. That's pretty wild. Into Phanpy, into a Beedrill EX. Again, this should be extremely exciting amounts of pulls. We got ourselves 2 EX cards, a Mega Gallade EX with a Beedrill EX, and 2 illustration rare, the Tauros and the Metang. This should be well above average, but realistically, you know, like we probably didn't reach $100. Nowhere near that price point. So it's going to be up to you whether you think this $100 ETB is worth it. Frankly, I'm going to say at $100 if you're looking to rip it open. Probably not worth it. And for investing right now, you're probably going to be looking for something that's a little bit more exciting than the latest ETB. A lot of people are picking up that Greninja Special Illustration Rare right now for $600 to $700. It might drop down to as low as $500 or $400 after the official release of Chaos Rising. But because Pokemon card collecting is so hot right now, a lot of people are buying it right now because they expect it's actually going to be more expensive to pick up that Mega Ultra Rare Greninja or that Special Illustration Rare Greninja in 3 or 4 months, because the prices are probably going to go back up to $700 or $800. I certainly hope that doesn't happen because I want these sets to be a lot more affordable, especially because of how new they are. I think for $100, it's going to be a hard pass for me on this ETB. I think below $80, if you want to pick it up just because you're excited about the latest Pokemon card set, I think picking up 1 ETB just to rip open and getting some enjoyment out yourself. Maybe you pull yourself an SIR. Maybe you pull a couple of illustration rares like I did. I think that's completely fine. But I don't see the reasons why anyone would need to stack, you know, a couple of cases worth of these ETBs right now. There are far better options out there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on the latest Pokemon card set, Chaos Rising, and I'll see you guys next time.